100%. And not only that, even like when we were saying about the low block and Arsenal, that's a struggle for Arsenal. Well, while I don't rate the signing and I didn't want Madueke is actually going to be one of the players in our team that's probably going to be the best, one of the better solutions for a low block in the sense of being direct. Yeah. I don't get this brother's saying that, but then he wants Garnacho, so it don't really make sense.
Garnacho's not starting. Garnacho's not starting, bro.
But he's not starting either. But
listen, don't let my dissatisfaction hurt you, bro.
Hold on, bro. You go. I weren't sitting there saying he's starting. I'm saying in a game where there's a low block and it's 60, 70th minute and we're not breaking him down as much, you can bring him off the bench, stuff like that. We need Eze.
We see him in a week in a low block, by the way.
Listen, I just thinking, to be honest, bro, I think he's going to be better in this team than people make out. I didn't want to sign him, but I'm going to back it anyway, and we're going to wait and see. But everyone just writing him off. It's cool. Just write all our players off.
Terrace special.
But once again, yeah.
What will he do? Listen, I was typing in an email.
I agree with the signing, but he's going to back it anyways. That's the Terrace special.
Hang on. Sorry. Sorry, Giuseppe. I will come back to you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's not a trigger point. You mean just like the voice note you sent me the other day saying you don't think Šeško will work, but you'll back it anyway?
Wait, hold on. That's completely different than saying I don't want something to happen. You don't want a signing is different than you think, all right, I don't think is the best option. I don't hate Šeško.
No, you said Šeško will flop. But who wants a flop? Who wants a flop?
Okay. You're leaving everything out to make me look bad. I said Šeško will flop because of the club, which is why I don't want that signing.
So why would you want a flop? No one wants to buy a flop.
Because I don't trust the club. It doesn't mean I think the player is shit. We're talking about when you don't want to play.
It's the same thing. You still think it's going to foul, and you're going to support it objectively. Come on.
Hold on. I want Šeško if we're in better circumstances. I don't have an issue with Šeško. I have an issue with Šeško coming into our certain circumstances. Okay. That is different than Giuseppe saying, I don't want Madueke. Giuseppe just doesn't want Madueke in general because he doesn't rate him.
We're arguing. It's not the difference. If you think a player's crap.
Different.
No, I tell you why it's not. If you think a player's crap, or you think the club's crap and the player will flop, the end result is you don't think that signing is going to work. In an ideal world, right now, because you don't think Šeško is going to work, you'd spend the money elsewhere, right?
Yeah, but there's a good chance it works because we could develop him. I don't think it's
it could work now. Okay, well, that's different to saying you think he'll flop. Okay. Well, we've got to the bottom of it.
In terms of the talent we're going
top 6
after,
couples
it's
therapy,
not an issue. We're going after a decent talent. Hold on. We're going after a decent talent, but we have a track history of failing a lot of young talent over the last few years that I think there's a high risk that is going to fail. It's not Šeško's fault because I equally thought that Šeško should have went to Arsenal. If I said he should go to Arsenal, it means I rate him as a talent. That is different than saying, I don't want Madueke, but I'm going to back him anyways. You don't want him because you think he's shit.
So Staffy, now that you've applied more context, I can see the difference, but that isn't what you said to me on other streams and now.
Don't play it. No,
you said he's going to flop. Now, you said he's going to flop. You said, Staffy, that he's going to flop, right? Now you're saying he might not flop and we might actually develop him. So if you said I'm 50-50, if you said I'm 50-50, he might flop, he might be fantastic. I'm just going to get behind the signing anyway. I wouldn't call it the same. But when you say I don't want him because I think he's going to flop, that to me is, it doesn't matter whether you like the player, hate the player. No one wants to buy a flop for their team, but you get behind it anyways. I do think there's a difference.
He's not a flop. We would make him flop. That
is the same thing. It's the same thing.
You can buy. I didn't want Mount because I thought Mount was shit. And we got him, and I was like, I don't need to back this because I know it won't work out. Can I ask you a question, right? Mount flopping and Alexis Sanchez flopping, right? For Man United, what's the fucking difference? You can look at both signings and say one of them, you were actually signing a player who, if you asked most of the league at that time, would you take Alexis Sanchez? I'd say everyone bar City at that time would have said yes.
Okay.
That is different than going for Mount.
That I understand. I understand that, but my point is the end result for Man United, what's the difference?
Because I don't know the end result. But if the move is ambitious and it doesn't work, it's different than going for a shit move.
End result. We know the end result of Mount and Alexis Sanchez.
No, I'm talking about like in Šeško. I don't know the end result yet.
Yeah, but we've also all seen our club sign players that we don't rate and it go well as well. We don't know the end result of that either.
Yeah, sure, that's applicable. But there's a difference. You're back a signing that you think is ambitious. Henry right now, he's probably back in the coolest signing because he thinks it's ambitious. They're signing one of the best swingers. If he flops, I'm not gonna go back at Henry and be like, "You idiot, you wanted kudos." I'm gonna be like, "You know what, bro? Bad luck. You signed a decent player who just didn't work." But if you go for a shit player who you don't rate,
same with Garnacho.
So at the end of the day, and I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go back to Giuseppe now. But at the end of the day, we both agree with each other. Sometimes you want a signing, sometimes you don't. But you always want them to work out, objectively supporting.
Giuseppe. Sometimes they be good. Yes. Sometimes they be
shit. Why anyone that supports their team and like these guys, someone will come in right and. You got to support the player. Like you got to give them a chance, brother. Like you can't let anyone go in life. This ain't even just football, in life. Yeah. If I'm managing people and a new person comes in and I see him and I think I don't think this guy's going to be good at his job. I'm not going to just write him off. I'm not just going to not let this guy prove me wrong. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm not helping you at all. If you ask me for help, I'm ignoring you. I want you out of the company because that's wrong. You got to give someone a chance. Why would I not back him? You're obviously hurting Staffy because of how shit Man United's been, so you're not going to back anything.
Oh my God, you hit me where it hurt the most, United. Yeah. Oh my God. I see more leagues than you, your bitch ass won 20 years ago.
What's that got to do with anything?
I've won in like 11 years.
What's that got to do with anything?
Sit down, bro. Pipe down. Know where you are.
What's that got to do with anything?
Enjoy your title reign with Madueke, bro. Keep licking Chelsea's boots, bro. That's what you are.
Regardless, yeah. Anyway. Everyone, back to my point of signings, everyone wants to bite on Arsenal because apparently today pre-season now matters. I was hearing so much talk about when Liverpool lost, pre-season didn't matter, all this stuff. Second Arsenal lose a game, after we beat Newcastle and we beat AC Milan. Now all of a sudden pre-season really matters. None of our signings played, but apparently we got to judge the way Arsenal played today, and that's the way the season's going to start.
I do think it matters.
Tottenham,
pre-season does not matter. Because I have seen my team, seen Yaya Sanogo score hat tricks pre-season.
Do you know what, Giuseppe? Giuseppe, to back up your point, I've seen my team win one pre-season game and go on to win the league. So I'm with you, bro. Pre-season doesn't matter.
Because it's like we talked about earlier, though. The results don't matter in pre-season, but
the way you play, the
players matter.
But that being said, I still don't think it's an exact science because that year where Liverpool only won one game, they were also trash. I remember. I remember.
We went on to win the league.
Yeah, you pre-season you weren't good. Like pre-season, you weren't good.
Yeah, we weren't good.
It wasn't like they were playing brilliantly and losing. It was like this Liverpool team could be in trouble.
But that's not anomaly, though. Like, wouldn't you say? Like does
no, I don't know.
Well?
I don't know. I don't.
But just performing well during preseason.
I don't know. I honestly, I like preseason. I enjoy it now because a lot of this also what used to never happen until about 5-6 years ago. None of us ever got anywhere near playing each other. All Man United would do on tour is play Kaiser Chiefs and Broca Juniors. And when you went to America, this is what happened for 10 years going to America. You played Boston, you played New York, you played LA, and then you played the
teams, and then the
All-Star team. LMA All-Star team. That was it. So now I think why people take it a bit more seriously now is because we're all playing each other. Yeah. You get North London derbies, Man United, Man United Liverpool derbies. You get, I swear El Clasico's happened on pre-season as well recently.
Arsenal fans want to sign petitions for players. How about if the Arsenal fan signs a petition to never do a North London derby as a friendly match ever again? Because that's a disgrace.
Why is that? Whoa, wait, what?
Playing North London derby as a friendly match is a disgrace, in my opinion.
Yeah, but England fans are not the only fans in the world.
It was a disgrace then.
Is that because you lost it, though, Jose? Is that because you lost it?
No, because you lost it, bro.
By the way, actually, but just
why am I having a friendly?
He's cooking.
Why am I having a friendly against?
It's not a friendly. It's a pre-season game.
Yeah, we're meant to hate each other. The players on the pitch are not meant to really like each other when they play each other. Why am I playing in a friendly?
So guess what?
You said pre-season doesn't matter. Why the fuck do you care?
Hold on. But you got. What do you mean pre-season? Pre-season doesn't matter.
Pre-season doesn't matter. You're so upset in a pre-season game. You played it right.
This is pride. This is nothing about the preseason.
Why is there
It's about
pride when
my
it's
club.
preseason?
I see
It's about my
power.
club.
I see a brand.
Me going down, me sitting on a park bench.
I'm gonna watch that later now. I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Me sitting on a park bench for lunch doesn't matter. Yeah, I can go wherever. Sit on the park. I ain't gonna sit on a park bench with someone I hate and have lunch with them. Yeah,
that's not the same as a preseason game.
No, it is.
Care about
We're having
lunch,
a friendly. You don't care about preseason. Yes,
no, wait, but Giuseppe is not wrong though, because why are you guys doing Premier League matchups like Staffy at midnight was having to sit there to watch Manchester United versus Bournemouth? My man stayed up at midnight to watch a bottom
4-1, my G.
But it's like, why not like go like match up against
the league?
Like other
content
like that. You
Money.
don't really
How about a Premier League Summer Series?
Listen, we have to stop saying preseason doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, right? Yes, the result is not a huge deal, but we would also change our tune if we saw our team lose 10. So we know that there's a degree that you can lose that it becomes serious. And I actually think the reason why Arsenal fans are a little bit chinged by this loss is because actually they're getting ready to have one of their biggest seasons of the last 5-6 years. This season is do or die. And part of that loss, what would worry me is actually Henry has a good point. You've got Tottenham now, yeah, with confidence, talking at Arsenal saying, where are you at? You had this person on the pitch, this person on the pitch, and actually making a good point about your creativity. At the start, you said, Giuseppe, yeah, what was it, 2 seasons ago, you were bopping teams 5-6-0 every week. So creativity was there. Creativity's not gone, but something is not clicking now. I would actually say what's more worrying to me is now you've gone and got the final piece of the puzzle, and yet today, I know it's 10-15 minutes, I hear it, but it looked off. So that, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be worrying. I would be going, hold on a minute, no. I hear we're not bothered about trying to be the best team in preseason, but actually, yes, if I meet my ops in preseason, you're holding smoke regardless. So if I go out there to wherever we are, Asia, Africa, whatever, and I buck you lot and we lose 1-0 to Tottenham, I'm kicking off. Are you mad? You better run back all my piece for the stream, for the flights, everything.
No, just everyone said that because he doesn't care for preseason, so why would he?
Everyone getting on to Gyökeres makes no sense. The guy's been signed to the club.
It's not just Gyökeres, bro. I don't even blame Gyökeres. Yeah. It's Arteta.
No, but once again, you said like you don't matter. He played 10 minutes, brother. This guy was never going to do nothing in 10 minutes when he's just signed 2 days ago. He's had like one training session with
That's
the boys.
A poor mentality for me.
Why?
Because I've seen João Pedro come on for 5.5 seconds, and he
had 3 goals in 2 games.
Are you?
The beaches of Brazil, bro.
I've seen Kudus run off the pitch and kick the ball like Gareth Bale, bro. I used 10 minutes or 5 minutes, bro.
Pressy, I've got to disagree with what you said, because you said, we got to stop acting like preseason games don't matter. And I think we'll hit the nail on the head. I think the result doesn't matter, but I feel like patterns of play and how your manager's going to set his team out does. But the reason why I disagree with what you said, your team could lose 10 in a row and you wouldn't care. I genuinely wouldn't care. 10-0. Oh, sorry. All right, cool. But let's say even if it was 5 games in a row, yeah. As long as I win that opening game of the season, I genuinely don't care. Honestly,
how would you feel?
For example, here's the prime example.
If we lost every game and then bopped Man United 3-0 at Old Trafford first game of the season,
it's so short-term thinking.
I'll give you a prime example.
You can beat us playing bad. It has nothing to do with that. What he's explaining is preseason is for ideas. If you don't take that time to implement new ideas, whatever you want to do in the next season, that is your chance to do it. You can go and beat us in the first game of the season. Doesn't mean you're going to win the league. Your ambition this season is to win the league. You want to compete with Liverpool. While you're out there, Liverpool has to do the same thing, by the way, because they're getting all these signings and need to gel. So they need to
why
use
was
that
there no
time
outrage
to
when
build
Liverpool lost 3-1 to AC Milan? Why was there not all this energy? Why was there not all this energy when they lost?
Within our fan base, there were fans losing their head. Not me personally, but I'm telling you, there was outrage even from within.
No, but I'm talking about you, man.
We already discussed this before you jumped on.
When I see you guys lose to AC Milan, I didn't start thinking, oh yeah, Liverpool lost to AC Milan. I couldn't give a shit. That don't mean nothing to me. You lost to AC Milan.
Was the AC Milan loss on penalties, or was it?
No, they lost.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I saw there was a penalties one.
They
That's
played
why
like
I was
an
like,
18-year-old in left back.
oh, that was
they
you.
played Robertson in center back. And fucking Van Dijk
You're
played
on mute, Terry.
You want
I
to
know what
compare
you
this
said,
game
though,
to
but
that
you're on
game?
mute.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, but hold on. Then for that same logic, we didn't play Zubimendi. We played Norgard. Gabriel hasn't played one game for us pre-season, and he's a key pivotal defender for us. Timber hasn't played. He's key.
Yeah, but the only thing I complained about. Okay, the only thing I
Zubimendi,
complained
the game
about.
Zubimendi actually played against Newcastle, we played really good. We played a lot better. Yeah. And we left wing, we know is a position that needs fixing, and we're addressing that. And that hasn't come in yet, and it will come in. So all this stuff you're saying backs us still, because you haven't seen us. If we had got all our signings, we had Eze playing, we had Zubimendi playing today from the start. We had Gyökeres, he'd been in and he played the preseason game already, and he started at that. And we had Gabriel and we had Timber and all these guys in, and we still played like that. Then I could sit there and go, oh God, I've got to worry now. But when half our team is mixed matched as well, like you just said with Liverpool, why am I worrying? These guys know what they got to do when the season starts. I have no fear in Arsenal starting this season poor. I think that people thinking, and I'll stick to this. We'll see. I'll talk after the first game of the season when we play Man United. And I'm not just talking about a result, because like you said, we could play crap and play you. But I want to see the performance. And if the performance is good against you and we get the 3 points against you at Old Trafford, then I do not give a crap what any result was pre-season. I'll be
Giuseppe,
honest.
how do you feel if you lose first game? What if you go there? What if you go there and Sesko and Mbuemo make you hold 5?
Well, bro, of course I'm going to be pissed. Of course I'm
Can
going
I
to be
ask a question though? Because what if it goes the other way? What if Arsenal's next 2 pre-season games they cook? And everyone goes, wow, I want to phrase that. This is why I get what everyone's saying. And I don't even think no one on here is 100% wrong. I don't think anyone's 100% right. What if the next 2 games, Arsenal Zubimendi starts, Gyökeres is there, they get Eze over the line, everyone's like, oh, fuck me, this is going to look amazing. And then Man United beat him 2-0 on the opening day of the season. Everyone will then go the opposite way, go, their season's still fucked because Man United have beaten them, even though 4 of their 5 pre-season games were really good. I do agree with Staffy. It is a little bit short-term thinking. I just think that there's some teams that have done well in pre-season, some that will do bad. And every single year things go, like Newcastle and Villa have been pretty poor in pre-season, especially Newcastle. I don't necessarily think there's a guarantee that they're going to, you look at their results, it looks like they're going to finish 15th. Does anyone really think that's going to happen? Probably not. I don't know. I just sort of look at it and sometimes think we read a little bit too much into things. As an example, equally with Spurs. I mean, I know he's gone now. I actually thought they looked really good defensively today. I thought they looked fantastic. But equally, they're playing in a new way and teams haven't worked them out yet. And so that's not a defense of Arsenal. But if Arsenal also change system and look really good, I know what people would say. Yeah, wait till people work you out, though. Wait till people, if Man United start winning games early this season, I'm already going to tell you what they start saying about us. I already know the pushback. Yeah, but wait till teams start respecting you and they sit back deeper. Because I've been doing this thing 10 years. I know what people are going to say before they say it. And sometimes they're right? Sometimes they guess right. But the response is nearly always the same, irrespective. So if Arsenal were killing it right now and then lost to Man United, people would say preseason meant nothing then because you didn't win that opening game of the season. People want to, I don't know. I find it all just a bit, it's all just a bit polarizing in my opinion.